How many iterations of your hair have you gone through,
Oh,
or did you go
wow.
through before getting to the iteration that you're selling now?
I've never counted. I don't know. I still have old prototypes in my storage unit, but initially we were looking at grass. So there was a couple versions of the grass prototypes. Then we switched to flax. So then there was a bunch of flax ones. Then there was hemp, and then there was jute and cassava and kudzu. I mean, there might be 50 plus versions of this hair that no one has seen, but
Uh-huh. This is exciting. No, I love this. Like, one, it sounds like something I want to buy and use, right? You just named all these beautiful plants that I ingest in some way or another and feel good about putting them in my body. So I was like, oh, let me continue this as on the external part of my body and go and buy your hair. It's appealing to me as a consumer, right? Yeah, so I love it. Okay, so being an entrepreneur, I mean, there are ups and downs, right? It's not always easy. During this time, you have a consultant, you are working all the steps, talking to the textiles industry, but you had a low point, a low moment where you just needed a break. You were like, I can't do this anymore. I got to step away for a minute and regroup. Can you tell us about that?
yes. So, just to give some context of the timeline we're talking about, the idea was in 2019 and the prototyping started in 2020. In 2022, that's when I thought, maybe I think I'm going to quit here and leave this alone. And that's
Mhm.
because number one, the friend I was working with, my business partner, she quit, moved on to other things. Number two, the hair still didn't look like hair. I mean, sometimes the samples were wet or they were too slippery or they were too
Mhm.
hard. And number three, I started a full time job because all of the money that I had raised through the grants was starting to dwindle away because I was spending it, right? So I
Mhm.
said, okay, I don't really have any money. I don't have any help, and I still don't have a product. Maybe I just need to sit down and stop, right? So I did stop. I stopped for a while, and there was, I think, 3 or 4 months where I just didn't do anything at all. And later on, I said, okay, that probably wasn't the best way to go about that. And I don't want to give up yet either. I just was
Mhm.
feeling really frustrated. I'm going to pick this back up. So I did have to go back to my consultant because I kind of ghosted him, and that's not right. So I told him, hey, I'm sorry, first of all, that I ghosted
Mhm.
you. I was just feeling really discouraged that this wasn't moving forward, but I do still want to work on this. Thankfully, he works with a lot of startups and this probably happens often. So he
Yeah.
completely understood and he said, we're back on, like, let's go.
Nice.
And we picked it right back up and started trying things again.
Yes. No, I can completely relate, like being an entrepreneur, because everything requires either your energy, strength, time, mental effort, or revenue, like cash. And both of those things, like generating cash and revenue, it takes time because you don't have anything that you're selling yet. So you're completely depending on yourself to fund it, like external resources, like outside of the business to fund your business, right? There's no product to sell. So that's stressful. And then you're having to divide your attention among so many different things like within the business itself, but then I know you currently work two part-time jobs. So and most of the entrepreneurs on here, they're building something alongside their day job. So I get it, it can become too much, and sometimes you do just have to disconnect so that you can prioritize what it is I really need to lean into and focus on here, to get to where I'm trying to be. So you weren't giving up, you were just taking a break,
And during
a
that
vacation.
break, I also had to mentally separate the company from myself because before I thought, okay, the company's up, I'm up. company's down, I'm down. And that was not working because the company was
Mm-hmm.
down for a while. I'm like, maybe I'm a loser. Like, this is not looking too good.
Right.
So I
Right.
had to say, wait a minute, I'm not a loser because I am not the company, right? I'm in charge of the company and I
Mm-hmm.
own the company. I'm responsible for moving the company forward. But because something is wrong with the company doesn't mean something is wrong with me. So during that break, I sorted that out in my mind.